someone could make a whole trilogy out of walking.
That's great, that's great.
You know, the sad thing is Gus Van Sant made Jerry, which is an abomination known to man featuring endless shots of walking. And then for the thrilling sequel, he did it again, but loosely adapted a real-life tragedy like Columbine. But if that's not enough, Gus Van Sant made a third one, literally titling it his Death Trilogy. At least he's self-aware, I guess. But this isn't just about a school shooting anymore. Why not adapt the death of one of the most beloved icons in music history?
I remember.
Gus Van Sant had actually decided that he wanted to ruin my life for about a decade before this one came out, toying with the idea of a biographical picture on Nirvana lead singer Kurt Cobain, who tragically committed suicide on April the 5th, 1994. Or did he? Yeah, he did.
Okay.
However, Gus decided not to do this, worried that he would be sued by Kurt's widow, Courtney Love. And he was also unsure how fans would react to the film. Van Sant did actually meet up with Courtney several times over the years to discuss the movie and warned her that it might be painful for her to see it. At least he's fucking honest.
Do you say I'm sorry?
So it's another case where actually it's not Kurt Cobain. No, it's a completely different character because his name is Blake. They just decided to cast someone who looks remarkably like Kurt Cobain, even wearing the most Kurt Cobain glasses of all time, happens to be a manic depressive who has a young daughter, attracts the interest of a mysterious blonde woman whilst in the middle of a band, performing music to make everybody else happy, ignoring his own needs, refusing to go to a clinic at his bandmate's request, falling asleep in interviews, before overdosing himself. Nothing like Kurt Cobain! The blonde actress Asia Argento actually denied this, claiming, "It's been written that I play Courtney Love, and it's not true. I'm so upset. I don't know why people say that. I feel very sorry for her. She's been demonized, and I feel sorry for anybody that's lost like that. But no, I play a character that's very dorky." Well, blame the director. He made every effort to make this movie clearly aimed towards Kurt Cobain.
This is giving me the creeps.
Last Days, clearly named after the death of the audience, was released on July the 22nd, 2005 and received mixed reviews at first. Some appreciating the artistic aspect, while other more die-hard Nirvana fans were outraged at the portrayal of not Kurt Cobain. Despite this, it was still entered into the 2005 Cannes Film Festival and even won the technical grand prize. And it was voted the best film of 2005 by the Kahir Du Cinema magazine. Are you alright? It even led to an opera adaptation in 2022, and Matt Reeves claimed it was a major influence on his portrayal of Bruce Wayne in The Batman. I'll be right back. I'm just going to tie an anchor to my dick and then go for a swim. What? Well, at least it lets you immediately know what they have in store for you by making your damn ears bleed. Oh, shut up! Here's the thing. It's another film where nothing of note happens. Not Kurt Cobain goes swimming in his pants, stares at waterfalls, then pisses in the water. Alright, there is quite a nice subtle moment where he sings to himself by a campfire. It's quite ominous, and it makes me feel like this genuinely could have been an entrancing journey through a man's mental health. It isn't, but it could have been.
Come on, the race!
Never mind. And of course, it wouldn't be a Gus Van Sant movie without some more walking! But he changes things up with a close-up. Phew, I was getting bored for a second there. Gus Van Sant goes to the gym and whacks off watching people walk on the treadmill. But then we get to see him dig a hole and alright, this is a pretty awesome shot. But the script is so crap it doesn't matter. Then he smokes a cigarette and makes some cereal. Oh my god, this excitement is too much! Why does Gus Van Sant hate entertainment? What did entertainment do to him as a child? Did a TV fall on his dog? I feel like you need to judge the film as if it is Kurt Cobain, because they have clearly done everything they can to make it Kurt Cobain other than name. It's listed as a Kurt Cobain movie, for crying out loud. Look, he even runs away from religious people, get it? Ha ha, it's Kurt Cobain! So it's nothing short of offensive and disgusting when they portray him as a complete schizophrenic. So many friends or family of Cobain have confirmed that they had no idea his depression was that bad, never truly believing he would have actually killed himself. But in this one, it fully portrays him as a complete nutjob. You could argue that maybe the actor is trying to portray him as being high off his ass, but the character is so insane and weird and withdrawn, you can't tell. He comes across more as a deranged psychopath than a stoned drug addict. And then he's a crossdresser. Look, alright, sometimes Kurt did claim that he was bisexual, but why is he wearing a damn dress now? Oh hey, maybe this film will be short and sweet.
So Blake,
What's going on at the house anyway? Who's all over there? What do you guys do all the time? I mean, I call, I finally get through to you, and now you're not even talking to me, dude. I know you're on the phone.
Are you working on better dialogue for us rather than this forced exposition that doesn't sound natural at all? They also portray his band as completely ignoring his mental issues just to force him to make music anyway, which again isn't what happened in real life. And even if you want to ignore the Cobain stuff and view it as a completely separate thing, it doesn't work because there's no journey through a man's mental health. We don't learn anything. So he just comes across as a complete weirdo and everyone else comes across as a complete asshole. I think I'm gonna join you, Kurt. Where's my gun? And yeah, he was apparently a murderer too. He spaces out some music and then randomly squats for some reason. There is this really thrilling scene where a guy from Yellow Pages shows up. And if you forget that he's from Yellow Pages, don't worry, he'll tell you.
From Yellow Pages?
The Yellow Pages.
From the Yellow Pages.
The Yellow Page.
But it makes no sense because he makes out like this is the first time he's seen, met, or heard of the guy.
Know your name again?
Blake.
Blake? Nice meeting you, Blake.
But then he acknowledges his previous ads.
You ran an ad, and
I ran an ad last
yeah, you ran an ad last year.
And this scene drags so hard and it's clearly improvised. You know why? Because he isn't an actor! He genuinely wandered on set trying to sell Yellow Pages so Gus Van Sant put him in the film! Can we stop giving talentless hacks money? Not only do they continue portraying Cobain as a psycho, but the actor clearly had no direction and was just told to make it all up. Just say shit to do with business.
For the beauty and elegance of the city, and it's a very good place to do business, and you'll be the benefactor out of that.
And if they wanted to portray the fact that others are completely oblivious to mental health issues, they don't. He just walks out. Nothing's ever developed that way. But you know what will improve it? Jehovah's Witnesses!
The alcohol in the wine is, we believe, is bad for our bodies, so we don't drink anything that's bad for our body.
And even their dialogue seems improvised. Were any of these given any direction? One even looks at the camera. They can't do anything right.
He was sent to be sacrificed so that we didn't have to sacrifice lambs to be forgiven. Now all we have to do is ask with a sincere heart to be forgiven. Back then you couldn't talk to God unless you were pure. So by killing something pure.
Jesus Christ. Even when they're talking about religion that they supposedly believe in, you can tell they have no idea what they're talking about. Nothing they say sounds like they're invested at all. The acting is so bad in this film, other than Cobain and maybe his mate. It's like there isn't even a fucking script. Everything is improvised. It's laziness at its finest. Although at least she cares when he collapses. Actually, yeah, that's a bit more accurate to real life. But look, they even make jokes about the conspiracies!
And he's doing this stunt, and they shoot him, and he drops to the ground, and he's dead. He actually dies trying to catch the bullet in his mouth. And to this day, there's still all sorts of speculation about what really happened. Was it an attempt to commit suicide? He'd had some rocky relationship with his wife, Dot.
Clever foreshadowing, it's clever! And I mean, the dude is clearly causing all kinds of nightmares, so we may as well dress like Freddy Krueger. There's characters wandering around aimlessly looking for Kurt, and then there's more driving. Jesus Christ! You know, Gus, if you don't have a story, you don't have to make a movie. You know that, right? It's just filler, guys talking to each other about their sex lives, which never happens. And we even return to the time loop bullshit from Elephant, because it was so clever then, why not do it again? Except here, it doesn't even serve a purpose. It happens once, and that's it. He's literally just repeated the scene for the fucking sake of it. This movie is so bad, it made me defend Elephant. This is the closest we will get to a good scene. He plays the guitar and starts off mumbling, but eventually starts singing through his depression. It does go on for a while, because of course it does! But to be fair, it's quite a decent performance. It is a solemn therapeutic scene, so fair play. Now have more walking! And then, it's walking in the dark! How does this film actually want me to beg for a human being to shoot themselves in the face? They even drag out a shot on his damn face. Do something! I will give credit where it's due. This shot is insane. He kills himself and we see naked Cobain in the reflection, and then it's quite symbolic as he climbs up to heaven. Well played, Gus. That was genuinely really creative and inventive. And then the bandmates are all more concerned about getting the blame for his death. They even run away to LA. Fucking hell, he's in a band with Hitler. That's the problem. It's just a big nothing. There's nothing built up to his death, so we don't care. It could have been a truly emotional journey if they portrayed him loving the music industry, or at least the music, and being kind to everyone like in real life, but once behind closed doors he was struggling. I don't understand what was wrong with just making it realistic to the true fucking story! The movie is a giant bag of piss! So I have just filmed a bunch of reviews back to back, and that's why my voice was going in this episode. But the thing is, because I need to have blood and stuff in the Indiana Jones 5 review, even though that review comes first, I'm having to record that last. So that would explain why most likely in the Indy 5 review my voice is already gone before I go nuts.